Welcome once again to Car and Bike. My name is Shams. Now you may think there's very little that separates the Maruti Suzuki Fronx from the Toyota urban cruiser Taisor. They're exactly the same cars, the cross badge and everything else is almost similar on both of them. But look closely and there are many points where they differ as well. First, of course, the way they look, including the colors they come with, the prices differentiate quite a bit, the variants they come with, and finally also the extended warranty that is offered with both these cars. So in this video, let's take a closer look at all those points, and if your options are limited to these two in the subcompact SUV space, we'll help you decide which one you should buy. But before that, if you haven't still subscribed to Car and Bike, please do it right now and press the bell icon so that we can get you all the latest updates from the world of Indian auto industry right here.
Is that what you like? Is that what you like? Is that dress? It's too tight.
Two subcompact SUVs with a difference with unconventional body styles and names too. Based on their hatchback counterparts, the Fronx and Taisor aim to check more boxes while remaining affordable.
Now in a really price sensitive market and segment, it is the Fronx that scores the first points because starting price is significantly lower when compared to the Taisor. So for the same like-for-like variants, for this one it's called the E, this one is called the Sigma. The price difference is approximately 40,000 rupees ex-showroom. This one priced at 6.84 lakh rupees ex-showroom.
But with Maruti Suzuki announcing a price hike from June, that difference will change and the prices will be impacted on other variants too.
Now on the outside, some things are similar, some things are different. So the headlamp setup is exactly the same. There's a fair bit of chrome usage also on the face, but importantly the DRLs are different on both the cars. And yes, the grills also are different. So a smaller grill on the Taisor, a bigger, bolder grille on the Fronx, which makes it look like more of an SUV than this one. Wheel size same across all the variants on both these cars. The top variants get 16-inch alloys, but the look is different. The Taisor and the Fronx have that distinct identity. The higher variants get connected tail lamps on both the cars, but importantly the pattern is different. C-shaped here on the Taisor and the tri-pattern on the Fronx. So you tell me in the comments which one do you like more in terms of rear looks. And while both these cars get a lot of color options including single and dual tone, there are some exclusive colors as well, like the Nexa blue on the Fronx and the Lucent orange on the Taisor, which I really like. It really stands out on the roads.
What has really worked for these cars is the extensive use of cladding that gives a rugged feel, and depending on the color you choose, the contrast is even more evident.
Is that what you like? Is that what you like? Is that dress? It's too tight.
Now you might see some significant differences on the outside, but inside these two cabins are exactly the same barring the logos on the steering wheel. I'm sitting in the Toyota right now, and of course you will see the Toyota logo here in the urban cruiser Taisor. Now the top variants are called V in the Toyota and Alpha in the Fronx. What are the features you get here? Because the feature list is exactly the same. So the 9-inch Smart Play Studio is there with a whole lot of connectivity options and an Archemy sound system along with cruise control as well. And then you also get safety features like heads-up display as well as a 360 view camera. But there's still a lot missing even from the top variants of both these cars. For example, electric seats, seat ventilation, or even a sunroof, and that is something that probably the updates of these cars might come with in the near future.
And those updates may be closer than you think, because having more features will surely help enhance the appeal of both these cars.
Now the look, the feel, the fabric of the seats is exactly the same on both these cars. On the second row, let me tell you about the kind of experience you will get irrespective of which car you choose between the Fronx and the Taisor. So the front row misses out on a C-type charging port, but the second row gets both A and C. The front only gets an A-type charging port. You also get rear AC vents in the higher variants, and 60-40 split is standard across all the variants, which is a good thing. However, there is no center armrest here, even on the top trims.
Semi-leatherette seats is another addition that will make the Fronx and Taisor more premium. At least these turbo variants at the top could get them.
Now there's a huge difference between the points at which the turbo range starts on both the Taisor as well as the Fronx. Now the Taisor turbo starts at 10 lakh rupees ex-showroom, and this is after the GST cuts, while the Fronx turbo starts at under 9 lakh rupees. So why this huge difference? Because in the turbo range in the Fronx, Maruti is offering you one additional base variant that does not come with the Taisor. So there the range starts at G, but here the range starts at Delta Plus. And while it misses out on some key features, you get turbo fun at a much lower price. So let me quickly tell you what you don't get here in the base turbo of the Fronx. There is no reverse camera here. There is no start stop button. There is no wireless charger as well. The steering wheel also does not get both tilt and telescopic functions, and the rear AC vents are also missing in the base turbo of the Fronx. But what you do get on this variant are features like automatic headlamps, those nice looking next straight DRLs apart from alloy wheels which are the same size as a top variant, steering mounted audio controls.
That's the turbo lineup. But what happens when you take the CNG variants into consideration?
Now if you're ready to compromise on a lot of boot space, then both these cars also come with CNG variants. So without CNG, the boot space stands at 308 liters but gets significantly reduced when you have CNG tanks placed in the boot. Now the critical thing here once again is the price, because between these two cars, the price difference in the CNG variants is close to 50,000 rupees ex-showroom. Now the Taisor CNG, where the variant is called E, is priced at 8,24,000 rupees, while the Fronx CNG base variant called the Sigma is priced at 7,78,000 rupees ex-showroom, and that is a huge difference. But the good thing with the Fronx is that it is the only one between these two cars that offers you a higher variant also with CNG, which is called Delta, which means if you want some more features with CNG, only Maruti will give it to you. Now this higher Delta CNG in the Fronx is priced at 8,58,000 rupees ex-showroom and comes with features like steering mounted controls. You also get a 7-inch touchscreen, electric folding ORVMs, and a parcel tray is also available in this higher CNG trim.
The claimed fuel efficiency on CNG models is around 28 km per kilogram, while without CNG you get a boot space of 308 liters. You could get varied drive experiences on the Taisor and Fronx depending on the engine and gearbox combination, as different drivetrains serve different purposes.
In terms of drive feel, of course, both these cars are exactly the same. Both come with two petrol engine options. One's a 1.2 litre naturally aspirated motor, other one is a 1 litre turbo petrol engine, and that is what we're driving with both these cars today. The Fronx that I'm driving has a manual gearbox and the Taisor has an automatic gearbox, but of course you get both the options on both the cars. With a 1.2 litre engine, what you get is manual along with AMT. And crucially, if you look at the prices once again, both the AMT variants of the Fronx are cheaper than both the AMT variants of the urban cruiser Taisor. Now you have a lot of 1 litre turbo petrol engines in the market, talking about this particular subcompact SUV segment, and this is probably the least powerful amongst all those options if you look at cars like the Renault Kiger, the Skoda Kayak, even the Hyundai Venue, Kia Sonet. But what works in the favor of these two cars is the power to weight ratio. Lighter cars, so therefore you get a better power to weight ratio, so performance is not bad. You like the way the car picks up, and the acceleration also is quite brisk for both these cars. As an enthusiast, I've quite liked this manual version of the Fronx with the turbo petrol engine. The gear shifts are nice and slick. They are short as well, so if you'll have to drive, probably this is the variant to go for. But in a while I'll drive the Taisor with the automatic as well and tell you how that one feels.
For any engine and gearbox combination, the claimed fuel efficiency crosses 20 km per litre, something that is critical in today's times. However, in real world, it could drop to around 12 to 14 kmpl. Both cars are equipped with smart hybrid tech for now, but the future could also see strong hybrids coming in.
I'm now in the Taisor, and as I said earlier, the car comes with both AMT as well as the torque converter automatic, and it's a good responsive gearbox here, this 6-speed automatic. We've seen it in some other cars as well, apart from the Fronx and the Taisor, and it performs quite nicely. Now there's enough grunt and torque to help you sustain through different situations, and you like that as a driver. The good thing is that you can also take manual controls, so shift your gear lever into manual, and then paddle shifts are there for you to have some more fun. However, no driving modes here, no sport mode as well, in case you're looking for a better response through that mode.
Ride quality is acceptable and handling is good with low slunk body styles helping in dynamics. A ground clearance of 190mm is decent as well.
Now we've gone through different variants, the drivetrains, and told you the differences between these two cars. And of course prices are critical, and that sort of explains why there's a big difference in the sales numbers of both these cars. So the Fronx on an average sells around 13 to 14,000 cars every month, while the Taisor that number comes down to as low as 3,000 cars. That's a huge difference, and according to me, cost becomes really important in a segment like this. What's your take? Let me know in the comments below.
Features like 6 airbags, ESP and hill hold assist are standard on these cars, while the heads-up display and 360 view camera are found only on these top trims. What's missing is a tire pressure monitoring system and ADAS functions.
So which one to finally choose between the Fronx and the Taisor? Well, critical part of course are prices, and from the starting price all the way to the top turbo automatics, the Fronx is cheaper, depends on the variant. Even in the top trims, the top automatic is cheaper by around 25,000 rupees when compared to the Taisor. Now Maruti Suzuki Nexa also has a wider sales and service network that also might help you as an owner. And then of course they also did the smart thing of increasing the standard warranty on their cars. Now when both these cars were first launched, the Taisor came with a much better warranty of 3 years or 1 lakh kilometers. The Fronx had a lower warranty, but as of today both the warranties are exactly the same, which is 3 years or 1 lakh kilometers. But crucially, if you have to go for extended warranty, the Taisor will give you 5 years or 220,000 kilometers, while the Fronx will give you 1 more year but at much lesser kilometers, which is 1,60,000 kilometers. So if you drive less, then probably the Fronx makes better sense, but if you drive more, the Toyota could be a better bet across all the variants. So which of these two cars will you eventually choose if you're on the market to buy either the Fronx or the Taisor? Let us know in the comments below, and also let us know if this video helped you make that informed decision. Thank you so much for watching.